Red-white game, it was pretty high level. There was a lot of really good volleyball going on out there. The white team really stressed our red team, and I thought they had to raise their level of play, and they did a good job of that, especially in games 3 and 4. And I thought our freshmen did really well. It was great to see Allison McNeil. Our last spring match, she had a really good last game, and she started right off again tonight. So it was fun to watch her kind of unleash a little bit. We got a lot to work on, but I think you guys got to remember, we've only practiced 9 days, and we haven't done a lot of team stuff. So I'm very, very pleased with the level of play and how we executed tonight for stretches of the games for only 9 days of practice. Normally we'd have a whole another week of practice under our belt before we played this game. And then to do it in front of 3,500 and our freshmen, I thought they faded a little bit at the end, but I thought they came in and did a really good job. They make our gym better.
Did any of those middles separate themselves tonight, you think?
I got to go back and look at the video because we can look at attacking, but also you got to look at how they blocked. And one of the reasons they were doing so well is because we weren't blocking very well in the middle. So I got to go back and look at the tape and see. We'll evaluate that. But those 4 kids did a nice job tonight. They did some really good things.
What specifically did you like about some of those middles?
Well, Allison, if you get, Lexa did a nice job. She sets her a little bit higher and slower, and so when you get Allison up there, it's pretty much impossible to stop. She's so high up there, it changes the game. But I thought Allie looked. The best thing I thought Allie did is she was very comfortable under control. She didn't. Sometimes she gets too worked up, but she just looked like a very veteran player tonight, and that was really good to see after not playing, for 2 years pretty much. I thought Megan had some nice. You can see Megan's got a lot of potential. Haley is typical Haley night, very solid, doesn't make errors, does a nice job, and Cecilia, showed flashes of brilliance too. She got over there with Lauren and did a really nice job, and so. I think that's the strength of our team. We got to continue to use those middles.
You had said that a year ago Kelsey Fien didn't look like she was all that physically impressive. How far did she come in this past year? She looked like she was pretty physical tonight.
Yeah, she's a very physical player, and I really like what she can do and her mindset for playing. She has a chance to be really good. And our strength program. She's been here since June. I think our strength programs really helped her. She's a typical high school kid that hasn't really done a whole lot, hasn't played on high-level club teams or high school teams, and then she gets here and she has a chance to just blossom.
How did Alexa do? That had to be an interesting experience setting Nancy.
Well, that's what I love about Alexa. She came in there. She's got 2 Olympic-level players over there. She's got other freshmen. We're throwing different middles at her. She does not have a lot of 5. This might be one of her first match ever set in the 5-1. She's always been in a 6-2. So I thought she did a heck of a job, and she sets a great ball. Those balls are some of those balls are just right in the location for those hitters, and they're in a great rhythm.
Have the freshmen sort of embraced, do they seem like they've embraced what you challenged them with, that they're going to need to be dependent on?
Absolutely. And, Sheridan was very solid tonight. We tried serving her, couldn't break her down. All those kids are really solid. And yes, I think they're embracing, and they look very comfortable out there for the first red-white.
I know that Fien and Haggerty both had maybe a little bit more errors than you would have liked them to if they're going to be dependent on to provide part of that offense. Is that a concern at all?
That's freshmen in the Coliseum, red-white, and Kelsey's not used to playing that hard, that long, that high a level. Megan probably is more, but again, we're 9 days into it, so there's 2 different setters out there, and they just, it takes a while to get that rhythm going between a setter and a middle. We'll make a lot of progress after tonight this week in that area because, the setters get a feel now under a live situation. Like I said, we've only played 1 game to 15 points. That's the only volleyball game we've played. Everything else has been training. And so I think you'll see that progress really nicely. Lauren will start figuring out how to set them, and it's a feel. It takes time. You could tell, like there was a play, Lauren really forced the ball to Haley behind, and Haley made a really nice kill. But Lauren's been playing with Haley, so she knows what to do. There's still a lot of uncertainty with her and Megan, for example. And I think even with Allie.
What does that talent from the freshmen do to push you guys in the gym and get you ready for the early season play?
Well, it makes our gym better. It makes our other players better because they better get it done or butt on bench. And I've been telling those kids they're now redshirt and they're going to play. We're going to play them this weekend, and we're going to be throwing them in situations, and they're going to provide us with some depth. When we get in long matches, they can come in and do some things. But so. They're, like Jeff said, they're embracing what we challenge them with. And they did everything to validate that tonight.
Do you think they'll help you in those 3-game weekends when you have to play back-to-back?
Absolutely. That's why we're throwing them in Friday, starting Friday.
Coach, you talk a little about that senior class and just kind of what they'll mean to this team. You've got quite a few of them. So
5 seniors, a big senior class. I think they'll be the heart and soul of this team. They've got a lot of experience. They've been through wars. They know what it takes. They know what's going to have to happen this year, and so I think from a leadership position, they're in a great place. I think they've worked hard. They know what has to happen, and they want to go out on a great note. They're very, very inspired to do that.
Did tonight's performances by the freshmen, including Alexa, impact the way you'll decide to use them this year with time and more games at all, or do you raise your confidence in it at all?
They built our confidence a lot. I think, like I said, we're going to throw those kids in. We feel very confident putting those kids in. And like I said, tonight validated that, how they performed.
Anything else?
Okay, guys, thanks for being here.